Hello students, in today's class we are going to prove one important corollary to the theorem number 11, and it is for the integrability of the product of integrable functions. In this corollary we are going to prove that if two functions are integrable, then their product is also integrable. So before going to that theorem, we will revise whatever we have studied in the last class. In the last class we have proved three important theorems. Those were the theorem number 9, 10 and 11. In theorem number 9, we have proved that if the two functions are bounded and integrable on the closed interval a to b, then their quotient, that is f1 by f2, is also bounded and integrable on the closed interval a to b. That was the theorem number 9. Then in the theorem number 10, we have proved that if a function f is bounded and integrable on the closed interval a to b, then the modulus of that function, that is mod f, is also bounded and integrable on the closed interval a to b. And also we have proved that the modulus of integration a to b f dx is less than equal to the integration a to b mod of f dx. That relation also we have proved in the theorem number 10. And finally in the theorem number 11, we have proved that if a function f is bounded and integrable on the closed interval a to b, then the function f square is also bounded and integrable on the closed interval a to b. So that was the theorem number 11. Now using these three theorems 9, 10 and 11, and also using some theorems which were already proved earlier, such as the theorem number 5, in which we have proved that the sum of the integrable functions is integrable, which means that if f1 and f2 are two integrable functions, then their summation, that is f1 plus f2, is also integrable on the closed interval a to b. That we have proved in the theorem number 5. And in the theorem number 6, we have proved that if f1 and f2 are two integrable functions, then their difference f1 minus f2 is also integrable. So all these results we are going to use in the next one corollary that we are going to study in the today's class. And the statement of that corollary is obviously that if f1 and f2 are two integrable functions on closed interval a to b, then their product f1 into f2 is also integrable on the closed interval a to b. So let us proceed to state and prove the corollary based on the theorem number 11. So the statement of this corollary is, if we have the two functions f1 and f2 which are bounded and integrable. Okay, so if f1 and f2, if f1 and f2 are both integrable on closed interval a to b, then f1 f2 is also integrable. Then the product of f1 and f2 means f1 f2 is also integrable, on closed interval a to b. Then the product f1 f2 is also integrable on the closed interval a to b. Okay, this we are going to prove. So let us prove this. Proof. Let f1 and f2 be two functions. Let f1 and f2 be two functions integrable on closed interval a to b. So we are considering that there are two functions f1 and f2, both are integrable on the closed interval a to b. Okay, so then we know by the theorem number 5, their summation, that is f1 plus f2, is also integrable on closed interval a to b. Then their sum, that is f1 plus f2, then their sum, which means that f1 plus f2 is also integrable, on closed interval a to b. This is by theorem number 5. Okay, by theorem number 5 we have this result. Then again by the theorem number 11, we have, if a function is integrable, then square of that function is also integrable. So again as f1 comma f2, again as f1 comma f2 and f1 plus f2, again as f1, f2 and f1 plus f2 are all integrable, on closed interval a to b, Therefore their squares, that is the square of f1, square of f2 and square of f1 plus f2, all these. Okay, therefore their squares means that is f1 square, then f2 square and f1 plus f2 whole square. f1 square, f2 square and f1 plus f2 whole square are integrable on closed interval a to b, From where we have written this? This is due to the theorem number 11, which I have proved in the last class. This is by the theorem number 11. By theorem number 11, we have this result. Okay, now we have the equation that f1 plus f2 whole square at some point x of the closed interval a to b is equal to the f1 square plus f2 square plus 2 times f1 into f2 at the same point x. Okay, so therefore from this implies that 2 times f1 f2 is equal to the f1 plus f2 whole square, f1 plus f2 whole square, then with the minus sign it is f1 square plus f2 square. Okay, we have transferred that f1 square plus f2 square to the other side and obtained this relationship. We will transfer this 2 to the other side and we will get, which implies f1 f2 is equal to the f1 f2 will be equal to the now 1 by 2 times. We have transferred this 2 to the right side, so it becomes 1 by 2. So f1 into f2 is equal to the 1 by 2 into it is f1 plus f2, bracket square, minus it is f1 square minus f2 square, so minus f1 square minus f2 square. Okay, this we have. Now see, now we have, as we have mentioned in the proof of this corollary, that as the functions f1, f2 and f1 plus f2 are integrable, therefore f1 square is integrable, f2 square is integrable and f1 plus f2 whole square is integrable. And by the theorem number 6, we have, if difference of the integrable function is integrable, therefore this difference is integrable. So complete right hand side is an integrable function, but the right hand side is equal to the a product f1 into f2, which means that the function f1 into f2 is integrable. Okay, so we can say that as RHS, right hand side, is integrable. Okay, as right hand side is integrable on closed interval a to b, as right hand side is integrable on closed interval a to b. Therefore clearly the left hand side is also integrable, as they are equal. Okay, so therefore, or we can say that hence the product of the functions f1 and f2, that is f1 f2, is integrable on closed interval a to b. So likewise we have proved this theorem. Okay, so if two functions are integrable, then the product of those two functions is also integrable, can be proved in this way also. So we have proved it. So, and with this corollary as well as the article number 5 ends. So we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next class. Thank you.